Hey, everybody, this is Dr. Jacob Allen Spikes from live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is pretty decent. It rained earlier, but now
Yeah.
it's up. And Wall Street was up and down and down and up. Typical Wall Street day, right?
Yep. Typical for the summer.
I didn't pay any attention to Wall Street today. I came home just before the show. I looked at my portfolio and it was pretty flat. Sava was up, helped a little, and I don't remember what else popped. Sava is popping, so that's good. I mean, it didn't deserve to go all the way down. What, to 10? Is that where it went?
Yes, that's how far down it went.
It was
I
ridiculous.
mean, it went up today like 21%.
Nice.
No news. That's a lot.
Yeah.
No news.
I thought 16 was a fair target. It went right through that, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm also happy I wasn't home because I might have taken a little off the table at 16. So sometimes it's better not to be home.
Right, but we're
Yeah.
still not back. We're still not where it was a month ago. And a month ago, was it still in the 20s?
Now I think I'll just buy more.
Right.
It was in the low 20s.
Right.
Oh yeah, Omar said not to buy more. Here he is.
Okay. You said don't
Omar,
buy
I shouldn't buy more Sava. $18 already.
it. Yeah, you do.
Sava is $18. You told me not
Yeah,
more.
that's good for you.
I should have bought more.
I don't know. Nah, I told you the day before you're gonna buy it cheaper, and you had the opportunity to buy it cheaper.
That's true.
Yeah. Then after that, you have a lot. You have a ton. What do you want more?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't know what this means.
President of at the Sava recovers from the long red Department of Justice scandal that occurred last month. It's due to the lawsuit that it went down.
Right.
I don't know what the beginning part means. Could it be the threat of the former president at the coin convention, Trump? Oh, so he's talking about Biden and Trump, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There was no real mention of.
I guess Biden is in charge of the DOJ ultimately, so it was his fault Sava went down.
Right.
And maybe somehow Trump said something at the Tennessee coin convention that made it go up. I think that's the implication.
And let's see. Maybe he's going to buy Sava with coin.
No, it's the implication is that Biden is gonna benefit from Sava medication.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what the implication is.
All right, fine. Very funny. Very funny.
It's got something to do with Trump and Biden. Who knows?
He said fire Gary.
Not quite sure. It was difficult to figure. What clarification? He said to fire Gary on day one. Who said?
Probably Trump.
All right.
That's the
I missed that one. Thank you.
Going to the head of the SEC, correct?
forget about politics.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Gary is the first name of the head of the SEC.
There you go.
Dr. J, the issue is Kamala Harris will be the president.
You
That's
think?
yeah, of course.
Well, and Joe will advise that she keep the SEC intact.
It's possible, Kamala. It depends on few things. They are trying to construct a good image,
What are
like
the
Queen Anne or something like that.
The president is what Lloyd's of London puts the odds at.
Huh?
They give Lloyd's of London, the gambling casino, and
Yeah.
The casino.
what they make the odds for president, they're very accurate.
What is it right now?
I don't know. I didn't look, but I trust them more than I trust any poll.
Of course, it's
Right.
money.
Just like if you want to find out what's going on in America, you have to watch the BBC.
Okay, so charts. I think today was a very flat day for the charts. So SPY finished unchanged, right?
It's a it's a non-event.
Up a little. You want to chart SPY for us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Let me see. Then share screen. Here we are.
Look at that.
If you look at this, actually, frankly, I was expecting this to. Uh, I was expecting this to go down a little bit. Retest the lows. Then from there, this is what I was expecting today, and then we go.
Uh-huh.
It's still very possible it's going to happen tomorrow. There are little reversal, but it's really, what can I say?
If
You see
if it breaks your upper trend line, where is it going to?
At least it depends. At least to 560.
I would think higher than that.
This gap here, the minimum. It depends. If we continue higher from here, I would expect this gap, and then probably we're gonna go make a new low. But I think it's gonna make new highs.
What are we in? The hourly here?
This is 15 minutes actually. Yeah. Let me see. Hourly is here. Same, of course.
Can you switch to the daily?
Yeah, of course. This is daily. Of course, the trend lines, ruin it. But you see, you have a lot of when you have a lot of indecisions like this, days like this, you have always one that goes down and close near the low, and then the next day you get the giant run up. So probably tomorrow we're gonna get something like that, and then by the Fed, we're gonna get a rally, a monster rally.
Usually Monday and Tuesday before Fed meetings are very light trading,
Mm.
very small moves in either direction. Usually, and then Wednesday of the Fed meeting, you can get a big move,
Mhm.
and followed by big moves Thursday and Friday. Friday is also Jobs Friday, first Friday of the month.
You have the jolts tomorrow as well, right?
I don't know, but I know Friday is jobs data. The first Friday of every month is a big economic report. So you got the Wednesday to Fed, you got earnings on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, big tech. I think Meta is first tomorrow. I think
Meta in the morning.
Meta is earnings tomorrow.
Mm.
Apple's coming up, maybe Wednesday, and Amazon. They're all coming up. Microsoft.
Mm.
So we're gonna get hit heavy with tech earnings.
A lot of tech, yeah.
Yeah, and if they exceed expectations, it'll give a big lift to the Nasdaq, which already went down close to 10%.
It is at 10%, yeah.
Yeah, the Qs.
Mm.
So I think if it just meets and doesn't need to beat, it just needs to meet, we're going to get a rally. People will buy. We know what they're worried about, Omar. They're worried about spending now, capex spending,
Mm-hmm.
because of AI. Companies are spending a lot, and they don't see the return yet.
And also, if the spending is slowing, means that it's not going well.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also an indicator of recessions coming up.
It's an indicator of recession. That's the first thing the companies cut as well.
Well, I think the
CapEx.
indicator for recession to me is things like McDonald's, which had bad earnings. They had bad earnings, right?
They missed, but their stock's still went up.
Mm.
McDonald's, Chipotle, Walmart, Target, the consumer. Those companies will indicate whether the consumer is still strong or not.
Mm.
So I think that's the most indicative of recession. First hint. So if you see a slide in consumer staples, consumer discretionary, then we worry about recession. I think big tech is right now pretty immune from earnings down misses. They're not really missing. They just what Wall Street doesn't like is the expenditures.
Yeah, and the revenue also. If there is anyone that's missed for, or guides lower, that's where the bloodbath starts. Usually,
Right.
that's the first thing. Yeah.
Right. Google actually beat, but I guess they didn't like the spending.
Mm.
And we'll see what happens with Meta. Meta, I remember a couple of years back, took it on the chin because the metaverse. He
Because
just
they were spending a lot.
spending a lot on
Yeah.
metaverse, which was
Yeah.
nonsense.
Mm.
Just throwing money away.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's do the charts. I mean, the next chart. So, with your prediction here is what's your prediction here?
What I can, if we go below 544.5 tomorrow, we're gonna go to 540, then we rally from there.
Okay.
Now, if we go above 547, expect it to go at least 560. That's what.
You're giving us very short-term prediction.
Yeah, it is short term. Yes. Yeah.
You don't want to make a longer-term prediction.
What is it?
What's your intermediate term?
My intermediate is same. We're gonna make a new high and then go back to 200 moving average.
Okay.
Doesn't change.
Okay. New high at around 570.
Yeah, 570. Then we go to at least 520.
Where's the 200 day? About 505?
520 probably by the time it gets there because
It's,
it moves, right?
yeah.
Right now it's at 497.
So
Maybe
it'll
we're
be,
gonna get if we go to
by the time it does what you think, it'll be
510,
Yeah.
510,
Yeah. Got it.
510. Yeah, 510 seems very well. I mean, it coincides with this gap here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the gap here.
All right. Check out Bitcoin.
Something
You're still
like-
you're
yeah.
still in MicroStrategy?
Check out,
Oh yeah,
check out
yeah, yeah,
Nvidia. Nvidia is down after hours.
yeah. I just a little bit they traded, but they today was down, but it's nothing really alarming.
Right.
It's I mean it's expected. You look at the Bitcoin, you see here this trend line here. We just hit it and then sold off a little bit, but
Right.
I mean it's predictable. Probably we're gonna go to the 100 moving average.
Did it hit 70,000 today?
Yes, 70,000.
Well, that's a little, area of
Yeah, of resistance, a lot of resistance there. If you look at that trend line, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now.
Yeah, it's
And
got to go through
yeah,
that 70,000.
once it goes through that, it's gonna run heavy. Yeah.
Do you think it has a chance this week of going through it?
To me, yeah, definitely. I think it's right now. It's just like when when the S&P goes up, the Bitcoin goes down, and vice versa. So I expect the S&P to go down, so the Bitcoin is gonna rally. Probably we're gonna get a little pullback to the 100 moving average around 65,000, and then rally from there.
Chartists say that Bitcoin is the hardest chart to interpret.
It is.
I've heard that said.
But so far here, I think it's almost obvious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's so obvious that it's scary.
Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, just issued more convertible bonds to buy more Bitcoin just the other day. He's so heavily committed in Bitcoin that if Bitcoin should collapse, the company will go bankrupt.
Mm.
He believes so much in it.
It is the chart is very bullish to me. It's no question about it.
Uh-huh.
It's yeah,
So you expect the run to 100.
90,000.
Okay.
90,000 first, probably, then pull back, and then you go to
100 by the end of the year.
I don't know. The next target would be probably 200, 240. I mean, all, but I don't think in the short term. Probably.
But you're a believer in Bitcoin.
I'm not. I have no. I have no opinion about Bitcoin, whether it's going to be the digital code. I'm sorry, digital gold they pretend it to be, but it's just the chart. That's all.
Just a
I
shot.
look. Yeah, the
Right.
chart. If remember last time, this target here, around here, whatever, 89, 90,000. Yeah, it's very likely that one. I mean, after that break, it's the next target.
And you've compared it with the S&P, and you think that it front runs the S&P, right?
Yeah, it's a leading indicator so far.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to HUT, HUT, or MicroStrategy, MSTR. Either one.
MSTR, same thing. It's just following Bitcoin pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
We're getting a 10-for-1 split. Do you think that'll give it a shot in the arm?
Oof, when is that? I didn't even know.
I think Kamal knows better than me. Wake up, Kamal. When is MicroStrategy split? Do you know?
I don't know the exact date. I know it's probably. I don't know the exact date, but I could find out in a second.
I don't like the big splits. Whenever it's more than 4-1, I hate it. To be frank, there is always a sell off after that.
Uh-huh.
At initial sell off, and then it goes up.
So you
I think
after the split, it tends to go down.
yeah, I think Jesse Livermore himself was saying something like that. That beyond 4-1 is very bad.
Is that
for
what's
companies.
happening to NVIDIA after the 10-for-1 split? We're trading below.
Yeah, well, there you go. You got an example right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So MicroStrategy, you have no comment other different than Bitcoin.
August 1st, which is day after tomorrow.
Oh, and we're right around the corner with MicroStrategy.
Okay. Maybe.
Well, that'll give you a just before bump.
So what do you think? Do you think that'll affect the stock negatively, Omar?
I don't. I have no idea. I'm telling you, I hate big splits. So this one, if we go below, what is that, 1,500? That would be not good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it makes it more affordable for people with less amount of money.
Yeah. Well, Berkshire Hathaway knew that wasn't worth doing.
I think, like Omar says, initially it might go down, but in the long run, it's good.
It could be. Yeah.
It's a good thing. You're not selling it because of the split.
No, I just look at the chart, and then if it's a loss, it's a loss.
Right. All right.
Wise words, my friend.
Kamal and I both bought HUT. You want to give it a look?
Of course.
Kamal bought it today. I bought it Friday. Kamal always manages to pay less than me.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Not always.
Almost
It's not
always.
true.
You said Dr. J is gonna get to the 50-day moving average,
HUT?
right? You said it's gonna get to the 50-day moving
did.
average.
It might drop down to the red line.
Yeah, I think it will. It's
But it's been holding pretty well just where it is, you see?
yeah, you have
Where it is right now, it's support. You see that
good
support
support
line
here.
there? Right?
Yeah, you get support. Absolutely.
Basically at support.
Mm.
So it doesn't have to get down to the 50. The 50 could move up to where it's trading.
That's absolutely. I mean, you can move up and then come back down to
Yeah.
it, and it would happen to be at the support.
How about it meets halfway?
Yes, something. I'm sorry, something
Like in
like
the middle
this.
of that red the green
Yeah, then
candle.
when it comes back, this one is gonna get to it. So
Yeah,
it's not impossible at all.
something like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that I like. I think this one might be the best of the miners because they have several businesses. They're not just a miner. They manage data centers, which is very hot now. So like 1/4 of their business is just managing data centers.
That's very hot.
They're,
Yeah.
they're diversified miner. Whereas Mara, they're buying Bitcoin, actively
Bitcoin.
buying it. They mine it, and they actively buy it. It's weird. Mara is very aggressive right now, kind of like Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
I'll buy Mara when it goes
I don't think the chart is quite
almost
as
there.
the chart is not quite as good as HUD, but it's good.
Yeah. That candle is not really good, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just like a fake out. The
Yeah.
whole Bitcoin is a fake out today. You know that
Is
that red.
that's not an engulfing though? It's just
It is an engulfing, but
how
it's
it is.
still yeah. It's still. Of course, the real support is here. It's 1878.
Yeah.
That's the. If you break that one, just going down like this, then
You bought Mara, didn't you, Omar?
yeah, about like around here actually. I don't. I think I didn't check. I think I'm just break even right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Kamal, do you own it as well? Kamal?
I used to own it. I sold it near 25. I sold it near 25,
That was
but
probably
I'll
a
buy it again under.
wise move. All right, let's take a look at Sava, the winner of the day.
Right.
Ça va très bien.
Ça va.
Ah, ça va très très bien.
Sava,
Mm.
that's French for how you doing, right?
No, so it means it's going well. It's going very well.
Sava, doesn't that mean how are you?
Come on,
It's
Sava.
like
Come on, Sava.
you're
Yeah.
good. Come on. Well, yeah. Comment ça va? How is it going? But usually it's like ça
Right.
va. Ça va
Come on,
très bien.
Sava. Sava, yeah.
It is going well. Yeah.
Como Sava?
Là, ça va très bien. It's going very well for
All
Sava.
right,
Some
okay.
people.
Bien. Everything's
Yeah.
bien.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting back to where it just dropped.
But it made a nice recovery from the.
It's a
Yeah.
very nice recovery.
It is. It is.
You think it'll find resistance up about the?
That wedge is still there. I think. See the yellow lines.
Yeah.
Yellow line
That's-
of the resistance.
That's the
It's up above 20.
yeah 20 2021
Yeah, my
breakout.
Below 20.
Breakout will send it higher.
All
a
right,
lot higher.
Sava should run to $21 before anybody should take profits. Probably.
200 moving average, which is at
In our
21.
opinion, it's got a few more bucks left to run. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's take a look at Mankind, another biodrec.
You guys
Yeah.
noticed that the XPI has been like sneakily increasing over the last month?
Which one?
Which one?
The XPI, the index.
Oh, Expo, look at that too.
Ah,
Mankind has been trying to break $6, having trouble, but it
yeah,
broke the double top. You
that's
see
a
that double
resistance
top?
here.
It broke that. Now it's either going to make a new double top or it's going to keep going.
Nah, at least the 50-day moving average.
Yeah, I think it comes back to that.
It will come back even whether it breaks the high or not. Either way, it always does. Anyways,
That's about 510.
something like that. Yes,
Uh-huh.
either after a breakout or before a breakout. So,
Buy Mankind on dips. That's what I think.
I'm sorry.
Whether it takes out $6 yet now or not, buy Mankind on dips. Mankind looks pretty good.
It does.
Spike said to look at XBI, the biotech.
I was XPI.
B is in boy.
XBI, you mean? Of course. XBI today was losing a little bit, but it's again same thing because we get into the 102, right? 103.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one to me, this is what I have for this one so far now. I think we go into this yellow line here, 114, 115 probably.
Well,
And I-
if that happens, the IWM will also go up correspondingly.
yes, usually they move together.
Yeah, not only that, the XBI has so many stocks in the IWM.
In the, absolutely, it's same thing here. This is what I have the target for this one, 241.
Right. I have a target above 250.
241 at least first target. Then we get a pullback from there, and this could be reached, very soon actually.
All we have to
It's
look
a very
at,
long term. It's a very long term.
all that I wrote it down was SMCI and Dell, and then we're done.
Okay.
Long term, what Stephen you said?
I said you're looking at a very long term chart. I like this chart. But it's
Yeah,
very-
this is a weekly. Yeah. So
IWM looks like it broke out. Yeah.
really
It's
does.
got to keep its head above.
yeah, it broke out of this one. I don't know. I'm gonna put a different color. You're gonna
It's
see
got to stay above
the
2.
the white trend line there. It broke out of that.
Yes.
Then we're gonna go to the yellow one after that.
Uh-huh. But
Yeah,
maybe
they
not
like-
for a while. Let the yellow
Yeah.
one keep going up.
No, I mean that's why I got back in again around there.
What's the yellow? Is that the 200?
No, the here it's 241.
It's all those bottoms that I was hitting along the way after 2001. I mean after 2021
Uh-huh. All right, let's look
Yeah.
at.
when it started falling apart. It actually
Let's
really.
look-
We're gonna get near the all-time high. Then we pull back and then we advance probably. Or
I think Tom Lee has a target of over 300.
For this one.
Yeah,
it's not
Wow.
impossible. Huh? It's not impossible by the year end. Yeah.
yeah, by year end.
You better cross your fingers that there's no recession because if there is, that's not going to happen for a long while.
If you look at this one, it's almost the same thing that happened in '99. In '99, it took a long time for the IWM to make a new all-time high, while all the other indices like
During the
SPX and-
COVID recovery.
yeah.
I
So it always recovers and then makes new high, and then the
remember-
last one to
IWM had a
tank.
phenomenal run for back then.
Same thing. I think it's very likely the same thing will happen
Yeah.
before the top.
SMCI has earnings August 6th. That's next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. Do you think we get a run into earnings?
I have no idea. Nah.
If we don't get a run into earnings, I think it's a buy before the earnings report.
To me, I think we're gonna get here. That's what I'm betting on. Just to the this wedge here around here.
And then you take profits.
That's it. Yeah.
At about $1,000. Yeah, that's about where I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think we're good for 1,000 definitely by the end of the year.
Actually, it looks like,
Goldman had a lower by 25 points. I
it
mean,
looks like Professor Omar's chart has you doing it in the fall.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
25 points down to 775 is Goldman. It's a joke.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm
The
sorry.
competitor of SMCI in the server market is Dell. Their earnings at the end of the month.
Dell.
Dell, or middle of the month. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're near to the 200, near good support here, around here.
You like this chart too?
Near good, very good support. You get 200 moving average. You get a very big gap there, it will bounce definitely at least to the 100 moving
So
average.
it's a buy. It's a buy if it dips down to the 200.
Yeah, if it gets close to the 200 moving average, it's a buy to me.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we have
100. Let's say 100. 101, something like that.
That's yeah.
It's a buy, and then until 125, 130.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So Dell its high of the year was up there like 180 or so. I think
Yeah,
so.
180.
Not that high?
Got very high. I think it was 180.
Hmm.
So it's cut almost in half, right?
Well, almost there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Dell is on the buy list.
Yeah.
Before earnings, if it dips before earnings, buy.
Yeah, I can't imagine the earnings being bad for this.
Anybody else have a request? How about amongst ourselves? Anything we want to look at?
It was,
No,
we haven't talked about the quantum plays in a while, but they're not really worth talking.
The
IONQ.
Nvidia. How about Nvidia?
Let's look at IONQ. And then we'll do Zim.
Nvidia, nothing really special here. Nvidia, same.
What are you looking at now? NVIDIA?
This is Nvidia, but Nvidia is gonna follow just the cues. So
I think you got to wait for earnings before this runs. I think the earnings the end of August on this one.
And you were saying that there might be a shot of picking it up at 100.
103. What is 103? Some kind of
the 100 moving average,
okay.
100 SMA. Yeah,
Somebody said 96 was a fib number.
Oh,
now
okay.
you get big gap there, and it's a breakout as well.
Yeah.
Around what is that? Yeah, that's exactly 96.
Yeah.
The high of this. If that gap is filled, yeah, definitely.
So 103 and then 96 look like buys points
Mm-hmm.
for NVIDIA. Take a look at Zim for Como.
Zim.
ZIM, the shipper.
Here you go. That's the first one right there.
Buy, sell, or hold.
Yeah, I know. Really good question. But he was talking about the fundamentals that shipping is still
Shipping. If you get a recession, it's the first one to be hit, right? Usually, so.
He says they're getting more of a play due to disruptions in the Red Sea as the war rages.
Why do they have a shortcut?
I don't know. Maybe they can charge more money.
They could probably get more margins, but
What's
the potential loss ratio there?
I don't know. It's really not clear to me. Maybe we're gonna run a little bit, but
The lower trend line is down. Nice trend line going down. You see that? And if you connect the lows, it's nice trend line.
I see.
Much worse than
This is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's. I mean, if you see the trend line when it's like this, it's a little bullish, but.
And you got the green.
I have no idea. I don't know.
The green line looks like it might be some kind of support. What is your green line?
Which line is that? The blue line, you mean?
Blue. I can't tell.
It's the 100 moving average.
Okay.
It's the 100.
Maybe that'll be support.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So is that it? I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I gotta run anyways.
I would just point out that Innovis didn't move in sympathy to Sava.
Innovis is down on the day, I think.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Just a little bit.
Well, it moved already before Sava, so. It's doing the same thing it did already before.
Yeah,
so-
the question is which one of these two is going to be first to good news, or is Anavex going to be a dark horse?
Well, I think we're looking at September, October for the FDA meetings for Novus, and maybe get some good news there. And December for Sava to report data, top line results. So I guess earlier news might be Novus, but more relevant news might be Sava.
And that, like I said, an Anavex is just the dark horse.
AVXL is moving up these days, I noticed.
Yeah.
Probably worth buying. You want to short one more? AVXL.
AVXL. It's just going nowhere as well.
It's been going up.
Okay. Oh, it's all right. That was news.
Look, it actually looks good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. You could see this, as
There is a downward
a
trend.
good channel here, yeah. And then you expect it to break if it breaks
Well,
out of this.
We are at the top of the channel.
We're already at the top of
all
the
right,
channel.
fine.
Yeah. Now it's decision time.
I see.
But on the other hand, if it takes out the previous high, look out above. You see the previous high?
Yeah, no, I know, right. It's got some
$10, right?
10:45. Yeah.
Yeah, if it takes that out, it could really go.
I think gravity will be much stronger.
These are old notes of mine.
I think you can average in on this one. I wouldn't go, I wouldn't go in heavy. I would average in. That's how I could do. That's pretty much my style anyway.
It's over both. I mean, at least you're gonna get back to the 200 moving average around
Como says
548.
Zim looks much more bullish on the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Zim, Z-I-M.
Yeah, I think you're right, Professor Omar. The 200 seems like the place if you're going to get if you stay in here.
Because you see here, it's over both. The RSI is 80 something. So it's,
okay, fair enough.
So it's overbought. It's at the top of the channel. Maybe wait for a pullback.
Exactly.
Unless there's some moves.
And you see, actually, it's pulling a little bit. So it's gonna get to the 200 moving average.
You want to give one more look for ZIM at the
ZIM
weekly.
You want it to be.
Okay.
I mean, you could. I don't know, but you could see here there is a little inverse head and shoulder, of course, which is. But the thing is that you see that the shoulders are here and the head is here. I don't know, but still, I don't know.
Even if so, if you draw the line.
You're gonna get another one here, Dr.
Yeah, it's only gonna run a little bit more than where it is.
Look, now if we get this, hold on, 1 second. I think I get something here. Yeah, I can get this one here, and then down here. So we're about that. So it's not impossible to form another inverse head and shoulder. You see?
Yeah.
I don't know if you see what I'm talking about.
But even if you get the head and shoulder pattern,
this is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. And this is the head.
The target on the head and shoulder isn't very high.
Well, if it breaks out, you can go at least to 48, something like that. Yeah, 45, something like that.
Okay. All right, so that's it for today. We have a lot of bullish-looking charts we covered. Generally bullish, right, Professor Omar?
It is, so far.
Okay, let's hope the earnings for
tomorrow is gonna. Of course, Wednesday we're gonna see a lot more.
I want the earnings for big tech to come in strong, and we'll have a good week. Adios, amigos, and ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.